this is Ilma, Sahabdeen, your chemistry mentor from Our Minds, and welcome to the fourth session of Daily Dose in Chemistry. And today we'll be discussing the 27th MCQ from 2019 A-level chemistry paper. So let's move to the question. So the question says the activation energy of the elementary reaction A gas plus B gas results in C gas is EA. And this reaction is catalyzed by metal M, and the energy diagram of the catalyzed reaction is given below. So the original reaction is an elementary reaction and it is catalyzed by metal M. So which of the following is always correct with regard to this reaction? So you all know that when it comes to elementary reaction, it means it's a one-step reaction. It has only one step. So this is the original reactions they have given. So the reaction is catalyzed, which means now it has a new reaction path in which the activation energy is less than the activation energy of the original reaction. So when we look at the energy diagram of the catalyzed reaction, it has three peaks, which means in the reaction there are three intermediates. So it indicates that the reaction has happened in three steps. So it is possible because after being catalyzed, now it has a new reaction path. So the catalyzed reaction has three steps, even though the original reaction has only one step. Right, so that is something we can learn from this energy diagram. Right. So we all know that, so if I draw the EA, or if I draw the energy diagram for the original reaction in the same energy diagram, so it would look like this. That would be something like this. Right? So this energy is EA. So therefore, EA is always greater than any of these energy. E1, E2, E3, and delta H1. Because EA is the activation energy of the before catalyzing the reaction. So therefore, that activation energy is always greater than any of these energy because we catalyze the reaction in order to minimize the activation energy through a new reaction path. So we have to select the relationship which is always correct with regard to these reactions. So we can directly neglect the first answer and the third answer because in those two answers the EA is less than the energy they have given here. So we can directly neglect the first one and the third one. And when it comes to the second one, we are not sure about it. So it might not be always correct. So we can neglect the second answer as well. So now let's come to the fourth one and the fifth one. So sometimes it both might look correct, but if we go deeper, so let's consider the fifth answer. So in fifth answer, it says EA is greater than delta H1 plus E2, which means this energy. So delta H1 plus E2 is the maximum activation energy of the new path, right? It's the maximum energy, activation energy of the new path, which means in order to reaction to happen, the reactants should have the maximum energy of delta H1 plus E2 when the reaction is catalyzed. So EA is always greater than delta H1 plus E2, right? So therefore the fifth one is answer. Fifth one is the answer, and fourth one says the EA is greater than E1 plus E2, and we are not sure about it. So sometimes it might be greater than E1 plus E2, sometimes it might be equal to E1 plus E2, and sometimes it might be even less than E1 plus and E2. So we are not sure about the fourth one, so therefore we can neglect the fourth answer. So therefore the fifth one is the answer because it is always correct, which means delta H1 plus E2 is always greater than EA, which means which is the original activation energy. So thank you for staying with us, and we'll meet with another MCQ on another day. Have a nice day.